Well, it's time. It's time. You need to just stop it. You're lying to yourself. You're telling yourself if you hide all the mess, all the crap that's behind you, your history, things you've done wrong, things that hurt you, that all will be well, that life will be better. And that is a lie. So let's talk about it. Hey, ladies, welcome to Lost in Wonder. This is where we talk about how, as women who are in the seasoned part of life, maybe that second half of life, what we can do to cultivate our curiosity and wonder, what we can do to build our confidence, to strengthen our courage, that we can enjoy and share this part of our life that maybe we walk into a little bit weary, a little bit uncomfortable, but we don't have to. We don't have to give up. We need to continue. And some ways we can continue is learning stories about one another, learning that other people have struggles too, that other women have been where I've been, and I can learn from them. Other people need to hear what's hiding behind your beauty. And today I want to point out that the more we try to hide what's back there, the more uncomfortable we get because we're lying to ourselves, we're hurting ourselves. And instead of thinking that things will get better, they're actually becoming worse because we're building the habit. Our brain is listening, our character is on the line. We become what we think about. And when we think about lying and hiding and being secretive and being afraid, those things are going to come out in our lives. One of the ways that we can learn from others is by visiting places that have been through things we cannot imagine. I visited a place recently, traveled with dear friends, and I still didn't get the depth of what had happened in this place. It's a beautiful location. People travel from all over the world. It's got beautiful beaches, monorails, and beautiful museums. It has cultural centers and places to learn about what these people are all about. Warm hospitality, spas, baths, just kind of like the place you'd love to hang out and think it's always been this way. Except it hasn't. Because behind this beauty is brutality. Behind this island that has exhibited cultural and economic power, and there's a dark history. You just don't see it. Instead, what do you see? You see reverence for the land, reverence for the people, for the families, for the friends that they have. Instead, what do you see? You see resistance to giving up, to letting go of what they've lost. And you see a resilience. And these things did not come about because of a peaceful island life. Unfortunately, they came about following a brutal season of attack, of warfare, of firefights, of destruction beyond belief that most of us, thankfully, will never experience. But that's what this island endured. Many of its inhabitants, maybe as many as half, were killed in horrible ways. Families torn apart. People ran for their lives as two different armies descended upon them. Who do they trust? Where do they go? Who can I save? It was the end of World War II, and this was the last bastion, the last holdout of the Japanese. The Americans came, and on this small island, The final battles took place that were as gruesome, as hard fought, as brutal as you can imagine. And yet today, you walk on the streets, you see the faces of the people who live there, some who lived through this, and you don't see it. But it's not because they hide it. It's not because they forget it. It's because it doesn't define them. The brutal chapter in the story of Okinawa did not define them. As we walk through a store, my friend and I, we looked up on a wall. It was a gift shop. It had beautiful wares, beautiful items, locally made. And as we walked through this shop, we looked up on the wall and we saw some photographs. These were photographs taken post World War II. And in this picture, black and white, of course, was a young man, maybe 15, and he was leading an ox. And behind him, you could see the ground was just barren. Again, this is a tropical island, but the land had been decimated. Nothing was left. And here was this young man leading an ox, trying to do some type of farming with the devastation all around him. It was heartbreaking. But even more shocking was one of the people in our group, a local, looked up and said, "That's my uncle." This woman knew that face. She lived through the post-World War II trauma, recovery, rebuilding, and remembering. They have a museum, a beautiful museum overlooking the sea that tells stories of what people went through. So they don't forget. It's not hidden. It's just not what defines them. The island of Okinawa has been through more. The people there have been through more than most of us will ever go through. And yet I spent evenings dancing, singing, celebrating the old songs, the old dances, the old spirit of resilience, of resistance, of reverence came through as these people with little children, with grandchildren and great grandchildren dancing as well. Because Japan isn't known as a country where there are lots of children. But this is not Japan. This is Okinawa. Look on a map. It's far from Tokyo. It's far from that part of Japan. And here in Okinawa, families are growing. Generations are continuing. Life has purpose. So spend some time looking into what makes Okinawa unique. It also has some of the people who've lived the longest on this earth right in Okinawa, even after what they've been through. Take some time, do some looking. Look up ikigai. Look up having friends for life. Because in Okinawa, we can learn from what they've been through that we aren't defined, ladies, by our history. We don't have to hide it, but we also don't have to wallow in it. Recognize that we grow strong through adversity. And that's our story to share. not the beautiful outside only. Yes, our beauty is to share, but not at the expense of the truth of what we've been through. Share your stories. That's what we're made for. And I hope you come back. Here at Lost and Wonder, this is what we talk about. I've written a book right over here. And right up here, probably, I'll put a little place for you to find more posts about what it means to be women of courage, of confidence, of curiosity, about what God is up to in our life, about what's next, about who needs to hear our story. And I'll look for you next time.